So let's talk about adjustment layers now. So the adjustment layer are located here. So the adjustment layer I'm going to be using, or retouchers normally use, are the selective color, the gradient. All of them are important, but the most important one, selective color, gradient, map, that is under this, just these two. Why under this color? This is for color, this is for exposure, this is for luminance, this is for color. Why this is also for color. Okay, now selective color, gradient map, which is going to be used for color grading. Selective color, also color correction and color grading. For the color lookup, this is your lot for color grading. Channel mixer, this is also for color correction. Photo filter, this is for correction, also for color grading as well. So it's just adding filter to hit. Color balance, this is for color correction and color grading. Hue and saturation, mostly for color correction. I use it the most, and it's also for color grading. Vibrance, I don't think I use this, but not all the time, except for landscape. Exposure and curve, I use. In fact, curve is important, very important. Exposure, not too important, but still important. I don't use level and brightness, these two, no. So the ones I use here is the solid color 1, curve 2, hue and saturation 3, color balance 4. I don't use color lookup, I color grade myself. Gradient map, I don't use it. Selective color, so 5. But these two, a lot of people use it. Sometimes I hardly use them in doing color grading. So let's look at this image now. I want, you can figure out how to observe from the background. We have this, let me choose this too. We have this difference in color. You can see it now. I actually taught you about the tools, retouching tools you can use. You can use this mixer tool brush, and you can brush it together. Let's rasterize the layer, and then you can brush it together, and then it's going to match. Now you have two different color, right? Now sometimes I also taught you can just drag like this and then paint. So to avoid that long process, I'm going to teach you about adjustment layer, the first one, which is the hue and saturation. So for that, I'm just going to change it to the move tool, and now let's go back. I'm going to select the first one, which is the hue and saturation. I'm going to talk about this later on. This is just an intro. So this hue and saturation actually change the hue of the image. You can change any hue, any color of the image. You can change the saturation. And for this, if you check, this is a blue color. Even though it's black, it's looking black, it's a blue color, and I'm going to explain. Now this one right here where my mouse is, it's a green color, even though it's looking like an hash. This is a blue color. So we have 3 primary color: blue, red, green, and blue, right? RGB. Yeah, this is a blue color, this is a green color. Even you might be surprised this background is even a red color. This face is a red color, and so on. So the hair, touch of the hair, I can see some yellow color. You might wonder how I got to know that. Well, that's color grading. Okay, so now I want to adjust this layer. Go to filter, select color range, and I'm going to select that color range like this. You can see it's selected on the image. So hold down shift and select more of those color, and keep selecting like that, and it's okay. So it's going to select it on the mask of the color. You can see the mask, hold down hot, you can see the mask. The places that are white is where it's going to affect. Now hold down hot and click it back. So now let's adjust. Let's go back to the hue and saturation. Now, are we going to adjust the saturation of this color, or to adjust the brightness, or adjust the hue? If we adjust the brightness, it's actually brighter than this color. So bringing it down, it's almost going to give us the same. So you can see. Now let's reset. If I click on that color, you can see I told you it's a blue color, even if it's looking black. You might even call this red. I told you it's a red color that can be black. You can see it's a red color. And this one, let's see, it's a green color. I got it. So this is a green color. And how about this one? Yellow. Wow, I got it. Also told you it's a yellow color. Okay, so that's going to be for advanced color grading class. Now back to the teaching. This color, let's correct that, reset. So I'm just going to select only that color and then decrease the brightness of it. Let's take it downwards, and you can see just taking it downwards matches the color of the background. We can change the hue as well, so bringing it down, bring down the saturation, and so on and so forth. So if we don't want to do it like that, it's already give us what we want. Let's compare. Let's create another one, hue and saturation, and I'm going to copy this mask, hold and hold, copy it into it. It's yes, turn it back on, turn this off, and let's go into inside and then decrease 1 and then change the hue. Let's bring this backward, change the hue. Okay, take this downwards a little bit, bring this backwards. Yep, I guess we're almost there. So this looks okay for me, and let's compare with the first one, second one. So I guess the second one just is the best one for the job, and there we go. So that's how to use to correct some color. And we also have some of the other ones, which is selective color. Selective color is if you want to alter the colors in the image. I'm going to explain this deeply in color grading class, so this is important. Let's say I want to change this red. I'm just going to go to the red, maybe add some red, add some, remove it. So this is responsible for melanin and just color grading stuff. Okay, so you can add some green, you can bring back the green. Opposite of this is adding green, this is adding magenta. So if you see this place, it's labeled yellow. If I take it towards the yellow, it's adding blue. If I take it away from the yellow, it's adding yellow. This is black, right? If I take it towards the black, it's adding white. If I take it further away, it's adding black. So all this slider, it's adding that color to this red. If I choose, let's say I'm choosing white now, the white in the image, I can add cyan or red. Taking it backward, add cyan. You can see the glass. Taking it forward, add red. You can see the difference. Adding magenta, adding, check the cloth, adding magenta. So it's adding that color to the white and all of that, the rest. Okay, so that's for selective color. I'm gonna get rid of that, and let's go ahead and choose another one. You know about color lookup already. This is where you use your lot color lookup table. Just if you have new lots, you can load lot, you can choose any of the lot and it's going to affect it. So that's how lot came about. Selective color, gradient map as well, we are going to talk about that. So gradient map, any color you choose, let's choose from a red background. Let's take this one. Okay, so now it's going to look like this, but you need that brings us to the blending modes. I'm going to talk about it later. So that's gradient map. And which other one? Hue and saturation. I've showed you about hue and saturation. Color balance. Now this color balance is for color grading. The highlight as well, like I told you, I showed you in the highlight of the selective color. You can add cyan or red to the highlight. Reset. You can to the midtones, you can add these colors, and it's for color grading to the dark, the shadows. The shadows are the darker part, and you need to understand color grading as well, so you can add all this to make it look warmer and the rest. So that's for color balance, get rid of it. For curve mostly is used also for color correction and for adding contrast. If I create an X curve, it's going to add contrast to the image instead of using this brightness and contrast and then adding brightness, bringing down, adding contrast. So you can use curve instead of that, you see. Okay, so also curve, you can go inside and choose the red, add contrast to the red. Taking it backwards, we had opposite of red, cyan. Taking it upward, we had red. So that's how this curve function. Taking it here, add that color to the dark side, add it to the bright side, and the same thing as well as this and this. Okay, so those, I'm going to explain that. We have the blue channel, opposite of blue, yellow, and the rest. So that's for that. And we can go ahead again. Exposure, I mostly use this exposure to have haze effect. You can take it forward, it's used for color grading, and take it backwards. And offset, also offset, I like using offset a lot. Okay, so you can add that effect in offset. Let's turn off the curve and you can see the effect of all this. All right, so that's for that. I'm going to turn it off. And which other one did I talk about? And color mixer. Okay, so color mixer, that's for color grading. I can explain that. The color mixer is just, actually everything needs to be 100%. The total needs to be 100%. So in the red channel we have 100 red, in the green channel we have 100 green, in the blue channel we have 100. Now let's take, for instance, we have SS. Just increasing the blue SS is going to increase the blue in the image. So once you notice this type of blue in the image, you just need to come here. Even though it's 100, you need to reduce it. Now if I take it backwards, it's going to add yellow, the mixture of red and green. So if I take it backward, you can see it's adding yellow, the mixture of red and green. I go to the green channel and I decrease the green, is going to add a mixture of red and blue into the image. And now you can see it's 77, so it's not balanced yet until you have 100, and then your picture will be balanced. So it's actually very deep though. So that's all the blend, the adjustment layer. Solid color, I use it a lot to get the white balance. I use this for white balance. Let's say the eyes are to be white, so I'm just going to turn it off, double click, and just select a place. It's okay. Turn it back on, change the blending modes. So this also boils down to blending mode. Okay, all right, so that's for that, and that's all about adjustment layer that you are going to be coming across in the image.